An attorney has been suspended for pooping in a Pringles can, leaving it in a victim advocate's parking lot. But he has a good reason as to why he does that when he was caught. So he's admitted he does it, but he has a good excuse. So do you want to guess what the excuse is?
Not just did it one time, does it every time.
Yes,
does it
he has
times?
been caught on multiple occasions.
Okay.
And admitted to multiple times pooping in Pringles cans.
Okay. There you go. Good to know the high quality person that is defending you in such cases.
We can get you his number if you need a lawyer, but yeah.
Maybe at the end of I want to figure out why he does it, but I honestly have no idea what that's all about. Does he get nervous? Is he like his what do you call it? His ritual, his pre-trial ritual, superstitious? So, I don't know.
Well, so he wasn't caught on the multiple occasions, but he admitted to it.
Okay.
So his defense is he said he didn't target anyone, but had a habit of putting his feces in Pringles cans and randomly throwing them from his car. And he claimed that he pulled the Pringles prank at least 10 times that year.
Okay. Well, the first defense you should have is not giving them additional evidence and information. So he's failed right there.
I don't know. I feel like it's an excellent thing of reverse psychology. Now, they did have video surveillance that captured him doing it. So the court didn't believe him when he said that it was. And they basically said that he was targeting them. And then he'd known the Victim Advocate Center for years and was scheduled to see them in court 15 minutes after the deposit. So it is kind of hard to say that I randomly threw a Pringles can full of feces in your parking lot while we're about to go into court 15 minutes later against each other.
Yeah, it feels like you're not gonna get away with that one. But
now, even worse is like he was representing someone accused in a capital murder case. So imagine you're facing murder and you find out that your lawyer had just thrown a Pringles can full of feces at the other side. Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Like, because clearly he's on your side and not their side. So that's part one.
Yeah, his commitment to my case is appreciated. He's really on our side. He's like, fuck you guys. But
it's like, yeah, you might get life in prison, but at least the other side gets a Pringles can full of feces in their parking lot. So it's the least you could do.
I don't understand also what happens. I mean, I presume the Pringles can, it's not going to explode everywhere and throw his feces everywhere. It's just going to have Pringles can full of crap. So like, it just gets picked up and put in a bin or something. Like, I don't understand what the actual...
Or do they expect them to open it?
I mean, if you found a can of Pringles in a parking lot, would you open it or think that's suspicious? It might be full of shit. So now I will think that's suspicious. So I will not be opening it.
Yeah. How did they actually find it? Because even if they watched the CCTV and saw him drop off the Pringles can, how would they know what was inside it?
Somebody was like, oh, Pringles, opened it, put their hand in, was like, wait a minute, this is Pringles. Ah, shit.
I don't know. You kind of deserve it if you're eating random Pringles off the ground.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
what's weirder is, so he got a 1-year suspension from practicing law, but then half of that has been on a suspended.
Okay. So
in 6 months, he can go back to court and represent people for murder.
As long as he doesn't shit in a Pringles can again and throw it at the defendants.
And get caught.
Yeah. Imagine telling your wife coming home from work, how was work? Well, I have an issue.
Do not read the USA Today because it may or may not talk about me.
I won't be
Shitting on
going to
Pringles.
court for a while. So just, just be careful.
Now, I do love that for no reason whatsoever, they add into the this article, in determining what punishment, the court relied on a previous ruling involving the naked photographer. Do you want to guess what they did?
Took photographs of naked people while being naked?
He was an attorney.
Okay.
Who photographed more than 30 women as he flashed them.
Okay. There you go.
Now, he was suspended in 2006 for that conduct and pleaded guilty to 53 misdemeanor offenses.
Okay.
However, you'll be happy to know that he got his law license restored in 2014. So
good.
If you need a lawyer,
so there's hope for me getting back
photography.
into the legal profession someday. Yeah, absolutely.
The court also relied on punishment in the case of another guy, an attorney with a history of public indecency, who was indefinitely suspended in 2022. Again, no reason for them to add this into the story. But
yeah, just there are some other attorneys who have been suspended.
We should look up these lawyers and see if we can hire them.
We got some legal matters we've been sued by several people. You are the man to defend us.
Yeah.
We want to use the Pringles defense. Just basically throwing Pringles cans of shit at them. That's all we want to do. Yeah.
Stephen P. Lennon, 43, can practice law, but will remain on probation for 3 years. This is an article from 2014. So you would think that if you were done with probation, you'd be able to. There is a LinkedIn profile that appears to be him with 4 followers and 4 connections.
Nice.
Now, he worked at a law firm, and then for some unknown reason, he's worked for a law firm with the same name as him since 2014.
Okay, nice.
So I guess it's probably hard for him to get, hired by someone when they Google him and see.
Probably. It's probably quite hard. It's like, so, anything we should know about? Well, there was this one time. I thought it was fun, Judge didn't think so.
Yeah, but you can hire this man, I guess. I'd love to know what kind of legal work he can do when...
He can do all of it. All the legal work. He specializes in everything. So he's got a one-stop system for whatever you need.
All photography related. Well, next, you're very protective over potties.
Of course.
What's the furthest you've gone to protect?
I'll be honest, it's just a virtual campaign. I'm really bothered too much. But, solidarity and all that. So,
well, a man has been arrested after pulling a gun on a man trying to use a porta potty. Now, you'd be surprised to know this story comes from the UK.
Wow.
No, it doesn't. It's from America.
Yeah, of course. Obviously.
It almost goes without saying that this almost literally would not happen anywhere else in the world.
Yeah. This is an Americana story right here. It's like,
a man is in jail after police say he pulled a gun on a man trying to use the bathroom. According to the police, the caller stated her husband stopped. She said he tried to use a porta potty. Police say several people came out and surrounded her husband. Officials say they were told one man pulled a gun. And after, there's no details though, sadly, of how or why. Guessing it was their porta potty. And
I know you're dying for a pee, man, but you can't use this one. This is our porta potty. Fuck off.
It was at a car dealership too. Used car dealership.
Nice. Oh, fantastic. That's
as you would expect, there's a Google review saying, I heard it's a really bad idea to use the bathroom here.
Yeah, what somebody needs to know what's going on. What's so special about this porta potty that they've got? There must be something in there that they don't want other people to see, or something.
It's good old used cars, I guess. Used cars, known as the most honorary profession there is.
Of course.
Yeah. So if you've learned anything, do not use the toilets at a used car dealership.
I'm glad we have valuable lessons on every episode.
Yeah, just in case you're in Evansville, Indiana.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Which I'm sure is a top quality. Even the photo that is on Google Maps for the place just looks like a piece of shit. Like, you would think that if you're gonna show off used cars, you would at least show a decent one.
You would.
And even, I mean, I don't know about in Ireland, but here, used car lots have fences and stuff around them. This really looks more like just an empty lot of land that has random cars parked on
it. Yeah, most places would have a fence or even a wall or something. Yeah, it'd look like a car dealership of some kind. So yeah, I think they.
I feel like they got what they deserved for not having fences or signs or anything more than just a empty lot. It literally looks like from Eastbound and Down too.
There you go. Yeah. It probably is.
Personally, I won't be buying my used cars there unless they let me use the toilet.
Yeah. I'm also, going to buy a car, I promise. Just need to pee.
Why would a used car dealership need a porta potty?
Well, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's a drop off for cocaine dealers. And they leave their cocaine there.
I think you should very much add allegedly.
I don't. So. Yes, allegedly, that would be what I think.
There is zero proof of.
Yeah. No proof, but it seems like that's what's going on. So just to start that out there.
It is a weird spot to deal cocaine, though.
But that's why it's perfect.
A portable toilet.
That's why it's perfect. Nobody's ever gonna think that's where the cocaine is being dealt. So, perfect situation there. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, there's literally nothing about this town on. Wikipedia has all this stuff about it with it. Nothing of any value. There is nothing going on there. This is going to be the biggest thing that ever happened in this.
It does sound like it.
We should go there and You know, it'd be fun to like go there, ask, and be like, "Yeah, I flew in from Ireland to see the porta potty. My friend and I, we planned a whole week."
Yeah, that would be a fun detour. Absolutely.
I mean, under sports, it mentions that there was a junior hockey team there in the NA3HL. So, got a lot going for it in this town.
It does. Absolutely. Bet you there's an Irish pub. So.
Well, of course they'd have to.
Yeah. Well,
I bet you there is a lot of drinking going on there because.
Yeah, I feel like that's
outside of porta potties. I don't know what else you'd be doing.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, we should check if they have an Irish pub. Let's come up. Ooh. There's O'Brien's Sports Bar and Grill. There's Moe's House. Then there's also Peephole Bar and Grill.
I know Peephole is an Irish bar. It doesn't sound like one. It doesn't sound like they would be allowed to call it a bar here, Peephole. So
there's Patsy Hardigan's Irish Pub as well. It did make the news that there is a new Irish pub opening on Main Street this fall. So,
all right, pretty good.
Got to visit.
Yeah, sounds like a high level of Irish enthusiasm. So, go. It'll be fun. Yeah,
that's all right. That's on our list of places we have to visit in America.
Yeah.
It literally is like in the middle of nowhere too. Well, yeah, we'll be going to visit the toilet there at some point.
Separately.
No, we need to go together so we don't get intimidated. I don't feel safe going into a porta potty on my own.
Well, we'll discuss it.
Well, Mike, the situation from the Jersey Shore, has come clean about his addiction. And it's something that, like, I think a lot of people can identify with, myself included. He has an orgy addiction.
Yeah, it's pretty common.
Yeah, I mean, I've struggled with it myself, even though I can't pull one off.
Once you're involved in one orgy, you just can't not be in orgies anymore. It's just...
Well, even if you're not involved in one, like it's...
Yeah, but once you are, it just hits you, differently. So
I wouldn't know because I'm in OA, Orgy Anonymous.
I don't know. I've heard some stories, but
he said it was a slow night if I had a threesome, usually when I was tired. But if I had my energy, which I usually did, it would be upwards of 6 to 10 women in the room naked, willing to do. I guess you can, use your imagination.
Yeah, orgies should be kept special for like special occasions, not just every night. It's just not healthy.
Well, every night is your lazy threesome. And then he also says, I remember in Las Vegas when we were bringing home about 25 girls. What are you supposed to even do with 25 girls? Like,
all right, girls, you all get 10 seconds. So if I get to number 25, new record. Yeah, I don't know. That's a lot. That's a lot of room service as well.
Yeah, so, it's a big room too. Like,
yeah.
Even just getting 25 people into a hotel room, like even a suite is like 25 is a lot of people.
It is. It's a lot of people.
Where do they all put their clothes? Like, 25 sets of clothes put on the side of the bed is like a substantial amount of clothes. That
it is. It is. Yeah, you've got to logistically figure this out before inviting 25 girls back to your room with you. And
also, like, if there's 25 randoms, like, are you bringing 25 separate condoms? Like, and if not, like, how are you getting 25 people that are open to do that? And also, like, the risk of like that just seems like almost a guaranteed cocktail of disease.
It does, but also just again going back to the logistics, how do you get them all to your room? Because they won't all fit in an elevator. You've got to have like 3 elevators.
Sorry, girls, we're gonna have to go in sets of 8. So first 8, you go on this elevator, and there's only one key. So I'm gonna have to take the elevator up with you, and then I'll come back down, bring 8 more up. And then you just stand in the hallway waiting for me while I bring the other. Yeah. Because then you can't also let them in the room because, like, 25 randoms you don't know, you can't just have them in your room when your stuff's there. Like, they could steal your wallet, your phone, whatever. Like,
yeah, you can fuck up your room pretty bad. Some of them could use all the shampoo already, so there's none left for you. So
yeah,
you're gonna do
like, how many extra bottles can you get of shampoo, and how many towels? Like,
yeah, I mean, come on.
With an orgy, you're gonna have to, like, be able to clean up and also wash off.
You're gonna have
several times.
A lot of towels, a lot of soaps and shower gels and stuff. Yeah. So.
And I mean, like, when I'm done with them, there'd be like liquid everywhere. So for both of us. So who's gonna wash that off?
Also, he's bringing 25 girls back to his room, and he's like, after 3 minutes, he's like, well, I finished in that one, so that's
sorry, that was 24. You go just do whatever. Also, like, imagine at the end, like, how, like, when you're done, you'd be like, can you all just get lost? I want to watch myself on TV.
But again, they can't go down in the elevator.
Yeah.
Bring them down.
Also, if you all order 1 meal each, that's 26 meals.
Yeah.
And then where do you put those trays? Because there's not enough space in the hallway for 26 room service trays.
Yeah, exactly.
The logistics of this.
It's just wild. Yeah.
That's also excluding that, like, you didn't bring any of your friends with you. Like,
yeah.
I mean, if I have 25 women coming back, like, I would at least give you 1 or 2. Like,
I appreciate that. Thanks. That's kind of you.
Just 1, but you know.
Like, hey Dave, I got 25. This is number 26. So you can just hang out with her for a bit.
Yeah. See those 25 like see these 25 like swimsuit models? They're mine. That one ugly, annoying friend of theirs, well, I'm gonna need you to talk to her for 5 minutes. And then organize a lift.
Oh man, it's just giving me flashbacks to the time we were in the Roosevelt Hotel in LA, and there's all the Victoria's Secret like models in the hotel.
Look, only 24 of them were mine, okay? I didn't do 25.
Knew it. Oh, what a time. Yeah. But yeah, crazy orgies. It's just, how do you even plan that out? Like, all right, I'm going to go out and pick up 25 women tonight, I think, for an orgy. And even like, a lot of them are going to be like, no, if you're bringing other girls back, I'm not going back. So you're going to have to basically ask every woman in Vegas to go back with you, and 25 of them will agree.
But this is the problem. Also, like, people are picky with certain things. So, like, just the condom situation alone, like, how do you manage 25 different ones?
Yeah.
And even if they said no, like that they were okay without it, like that's a hell of a lot of risk to
that's pretty much a red flag right there. You're like, I'm gonna get something if that's the case. I'm gonna need to see a doctor after this.
If someone is down for 25 people unprotected, like that's they've done some stuff before, and like there's no protecting yourself in advance for all of that.
True. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of this is not true in this story, to be honest. I also feel like it's just funny. Like he didn't think of all the logistical stuff, like getting them up to the room, where they're gonna, what's gonna happen, how many towels do you need, how many meals, how many bottles of alcohol do you need, where do they all go, what happens, afterwards, everything. It's just like, yeah, he didn't think that through a lot.
I'm sure like once or twice he had like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Any more than that on his own, I would need some proof to.
Yeah. We need. Yeah. There's no way. I'm
sure he had like crazy times, but it's just realistically, it's like, yeah.
I'm going to draw the line at a full elevator, like just one elevator. It's like anyone who can't fit in the elevator, you're out. You're not in the orgy, okay? Sorry about that. Oh, I'm getting in as well, so everyone else, that's it.
Or did he ask in advance for the freight elevator and pre-prepare?
Yeah.
And like, does he get his assistant to like get access to the freight elevator for orgy purposes?
His assistant counting everyone in. All right, you wait. You're not making the cut. Next.
Also, do they read the sign and do they take people's weights to say that like it's America, so there's like 1.5 tons of people can come through in this elevator. So you weigh 130 pounds, you weigh 80 pounds. We're adding this all up.
Is there anybody who's 94 pounds? That's the limit for the last person. Anybody? Yeah. But like,
and then like, if you're in a lift with, let's just say 8 random models, like, would you stand by the corner and just like whistle and? Because you can't get started because you got to go back down. So you can't have an erection going back into the hotel. So
you say you can't, but yeah. Exactly. There's just so many illogical points here. But like you say, probably 5 or 6 is what actually happened. And he's like just embellishing a little bit because he's the situation. So.
And like a couple times, but certainly not every day where a threesome is like, just, that is the standard.
He might have like gone to one of these like sex club bukkake parties and there's 30 girls at that, but that's not in his hotel room. So, I don't know. It's just, this is wild. So.
Well, he says he was sleeping with a minimum of 3 women a night. Wait, that's 3 women a night. So even threesomes, even though he said a slow night, he had a threesome. That means that he went back for another one after the threesome on a slow night.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Sometimes that's what you got to do. Yeah,
we've all been there.
Yeah, it's just, that's just
it's a slow night.
So, yeah.
It's a dead Wednesday in the middle of winter. You've had a threesome and you have to have one more and you just...
Yeah. You've had a threesome.
You soldier on because you have to.
Yeah, you're like, I just need to have one more sexy lady come to my room just before so I can sleep better. That's all. It's quite normal. Everybody does that, I think. On a random Wednesday. Yeah. So there we are.
Well, in our next story, I think you need to come clean about what you did to a drug suspect while he slept in jail.
Not a thing. So, yeah, that's what I did. Not a thing.
He has the same hairstyle / beard as you, so there's a lot
It's
of
a very iconic
similarities.
look.
Well, I guess everyone who looks like that can relate to this story.
Who looks like that? What are you trying to say?
Well, when corrections officers found a plastic cylinder containing meth under the penis of a man who looks like you.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
A Florida man denied ownership of the narcotics and claimed to be unsure of how the package got in his underwear.
It's often that's one of the worst things when you don't know how certain things got in your underwear. Yeah, geez, somebody must have planted that on me. I don't know. I must have fallen asleep or something. Fantastic.
So the discovery of drugs came yesterday evening as he undressed from his civilian clothing and changed into his jail clothing at the Indian River County Jail. He was arrested on Monday on a warrant charging him with failure to appear in court in connection with a pending DUI case. He told a sheriff deputy that he did not place the cylinder in his underwear, but speculated that the meth was somehow placed there while he was asleep. So
that's the lesson. Anytime you go asleep, check there's no meth in your underpants that somebody put there for you, because you might end up in prison. And then
it's a valuable life lesson, really.
It is. Just check. There could be anything in there. So, after a nap. So just check. That's my advice.
Yeah, he was charged over that and is being held without bond. Now his rap sheet includes prior convictions for DUI, resisting arrest, marijuana possession, fleeing or eluding, possession of drug paraphernalia, leaving the scene of an accident, disorderly intoxication, and driving without a license. So definitely not the type of man who would have done such a thing.
No, of course.
I mean, even though he looks like he would.
Wait a minute. What are you trying to say?
Nothing.
No, I think that's very respectable and not like he would do that at all. What are you talking about? Clearly, this was a plant by somebody.
Sure.
This is the beard of an honest person. Honest, I swear. So
sure. Well, another related story on the same website.
Okay.
While SWAT team members were searching her backpack, they discovered drugs and other narcotics. But she had one request from them. What did she not want them to take from her bag?
I don't know. Her alcohol. Like, you found my drugs, but please don't take. I don't know what else could it be.
Her dildo.
Oh, okay. Well, that you can understand that she has a special bond with it. They've been together a long time. A special relationship. So, yeah.
Well, it got her in trouble because by asking for her sex toy, police declared she made it apparent that the backpack was hers and she was aware of the contents inside.
It's a bit harsh, all right. Yeah, it's a bit of a difficult one.
This is a new life lesson. If the police arrest you with drugs in your bag and your dildo, now you're going to need to take notes of this because this is going to happen to you. Do not ask to keep your dildo. Just, you're going to have to say goodbye to your trusty old pal.
Yeah. It's going to be a tough day, but we'll get through it. It'll be fine. You can always just buy another one. So
Yeah, well, see, she was arrested with other people, so they wouldn't have been able to necessarily prove easily that it was her bag. So,
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
Life lessons.
Don't get so connected to your dildos.
Yeah.
Important stuff here. So. Great.
Now, if you are going to be arrested, you might want to be like this guy. Back in Indiana. So we've got another Indiana story. So plenty of things to go visit in Indiana. Now, this suspect had something inside of him when he was arrested. Do you want to guess what?
Is it drugs? He was smuggling drugs? No. Oh, okay. Was it a live creature of some description? Yeah, I don't know.
Nope. He had narcotics in his right sock, and he said that he got it from his Aunt Trish.
Okay.
And he believed the pills to be something else.
Which is why you keep them in your sock, obviously. Because you're like, yeah, this is fine. I'll just put this in my sock because it's totally legal.
He said he thought they were painkillers, which he used because he had a bullet lodged in his spine.
Oh, okay.
Now, when he was before being placed in a police cruiser, he was searched, but claimed to be unable to spread his legs very far due to his spine injury. And then while searching in his groin area, he tensed up, the cop noted.
Well, you would. Didn't even take me for dinner, just went straight for the groin area. Jesus.
When the cop asked if there was anything stuffed in his groin or buttocks, he stated that he did not.
Good.
However, when he arrived at the county jail, he was walking with a limp and appeared to be clenching his buttocks when he walked. He was placed through a body scanner which indicated a large object in his groin region.
Okay.
Okay, I was wrong. He did have drugs in his rectum, but that was not the lead of this story. So that's just a side note that comes up in paragraph 6.
Okay. So there we go.
Sorry. I'm wrong. I didn't fully read that properly. He had marijuana tucked next to his scrotum. But the police sought to remove an unknown item from his rectum. Imagine being a cop and having to deal with this.
Yeah. All right, Steve, it's your turn to take the thing out of his rectum. I did it last time. Shut up, fuck up, Steve. It's your turn again, all right?
Now, okay. When they continued to search, one of the cop was able to see that he had a handgun inside his rectum.
A handgun?
Yes.
In his rectum. I mean, that's not supposed to be there. I don't know if this guy knew that. It's kind of a mistake.
It weighs around 12 ounces and is about 5 inches long. So maybe he practiced a bit to get 5 inches in there.
Well, people are unusual.
Now, according to the manufacturer's website, it is a micro frame size, and the pistol is lightweight and simple to use and is perfectly suited for concealed carry.
In your rectum?
Yes.
Wow. Just wake up on a Wednesday, be like, I'm just in case I get into trouble, I'm gonna put this gun in my rectum, and then when I need it, it's just gonna pop right out. No problem.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I don't know a lot about guns or inserting guns into one's rectum, but it does seem like something you couldn't just do as the police lights are flashing behind you. Like, it seems like you would have had to have left home.
I feel like this is something he's done before. This is not just the first time rectum storage of a handgun.
Does that mean that he's doing it every day? That like he just drives around all day with a gun inside him?
I think so. I think it does. I think it means he's packing more than just fudge in there. So
now the other weird thing about it is that he's been arrested on several different things. So he would know that you get searched through a body scanner when getting arrested. So a regular person may not know that and may think that they can hide a loaded or a gun up their rectum.
Maybe. But it seems like in this case, he didn't know he was being arrested. He didn't.
So he just, in case.
Yeah.
For some other reason.
Yeah. Just in case I get in a gunfight. But I don't want to carry it around and be obvious I have it. So there's only one place.
I wish we could interview him and have like a private interview and ask, what were you doing with it?
We need to know all these things, and we need to get that guy and be like, so how did you get 25 women into your hotel room? Like, how did that work? Tell us the logistics of these orgies. We need to know all of the details. But yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the guy from Jersey Shore, so we probably couldn't get a hold of him. But unfortunately, this guy has a common name. Otherwise, we would potentially be able to actually find him. Like, I'm Facebook searching him. I potentially have found him.
Oh. Sir, could you please tell us what happened with what this was all about?
No, that's not him. It's another guy with the same name who's he looks dodgy, but is too, or is it? Nah, it's not him. That's soul destroying.
Damn it.
I mean, imagine we actually found the guy and then asked him. The problem is he has way too common of a name. So there's several people in this area that have the same name. So very frustrating.
Yeah, makes it difficult. So that's
otherwise we could have just reached out and asked, like.
True.
What was the reasoning for leaving home with a gun inside your rectum?
Yeah.
For
how did you
reasons.
come up with this as your storage facility? What was it that made this seem like a good idea? All those things.
What were you going to do? Maybe we should just message other people with the same name. I was reading about your crimes. I noticed that you had a gun inserted in your rectum and just wanted to know why.
Why? How? When did you come up with the idea? Just as much information as you can give us would be great. For no reason whatsoever. So,
like, how does it feel to have it out now?
What was the plan? Were you like waiting to get in a gunfight? What happened with that? Yeah, just so many questions. Like maybe when he was arrested, he was like, fuck, they're going to find the gun. They're going to be like, why is that there? I have to explain it. They surely had to ask him that. Like that has to be part of the interviewing.
Yeah, but there's no way he's going to answer to the police. Like,
yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that's why you need an off the record chat. Well, a man has been charged over a death at a slapping therapy. What do you think the slapping therapy was for?
Like slapping.
As in, the therapy was to literally slap people.
Okay.
In a workshop.
A lot of people pay extra for that. So it's a workshop you can do. That's great.
It's for therapy though.
Yeah. But a lot of people walking around with boners in therapy. Well, it
was a 71-year-old woman who died. So,
well, she might have been turned on too. But so this dude slapped the fuck out of this lady and she died? Is that what happened?
I'm assuming that's exactly what happened at a slapping therapy workshop at a random country hotel.
All right. I don't know, but I'm assuming.
It says it involves paedalasian therapy, which sees patients being slapped or slapping themselves repeatedly.
Doesn't seem like the therapy I would sign up to first. You might
I don't know why I would need to pay someone to tell me to keep slapping myself.
Yeah, slapping therapy, $500 an hour. It's a new business that we can set up. Just come in, just slap you.
Start slapping yourself.
we educate you on the techniques for slapping yourself properly to get you into good, healthy shape. Yeah,
there's a big clue in what you just said. Actually,
is there? What did I just say?
You kind of literally said what she was there for.
Oh, slapping yourself healthy?
Well, she attended the slapping therapy workshop to help her diabetes.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Because you slap diabetes away.
Slap the diabetes out of yourself. Wow. Yeah, there you go. Well, she didn't have diabetes anymore, so it worked. So it's just another successful slapping therapy session.
Yeah, I mean, it's just very, very weird that you would get diabetes therapy by slapping yourself. Yeah. But maybe it works.
Just be like, don't be diabetic. Slap.
This is the only diet. Yeah. This is the only diet where you can eat whatever you want. Mm-hmm. Eat cake during the therapy, but you're gonna slap yourself.
If you feel ill from being diabetic, slap yourself. Yeah. Feeling weak, slap yourself. There you go. I mean, yeah, alternative medicine is taking a new turn with so many dipshits coming up with these ideas. But hey, there you go. There you go.
Yep. Well, a man who adores his parents did what?
Oh, is this one of those freaky fellas who had them like brought him for taxidermy and has him stuffed and sitting on the couch or something? Because they don't like that. So
no, that would be a bit more straightforward. If you're gonna if you adore your parents and you taxidermy them to watch them every day, that would be more straightforward. But a man accused of shooting his father to death and strangling his mother said he adores his parents.
Okay. Sounds like the actions of somebody who adores his parents. All right.
Yeah. So he denied he did deny pistol whipping and strangling his mother until she was able to run to a neighbor's house.
Okay. So she did die or she didn't?
So his mother tried to intervene after he shot the father.
Okay.
Once in the leg.
Okay. Okay.
It goes on to say he also got violent with his mother, who ran to a neighbor's but left her phone behind at the crime scene.
Okay.
But he could be, his father could be heard saying, "I'm dead, I'm dead."
Usually dead people will say something like that, yeah.
Now, he could be then heard saying, "Hey, ambulance, I killed my own father." So,
Okay.
bit hard to say that he didn't do it.
Pretty damning evidence right there, yeah.
He did say it's unfortunate. So,
Oh.
a lot of remorse.
It is unfortunate when you kill somebody that you adore. That's one way of putting it.
Him and his father went to the grocery store to buy eggs so the son could bake a cake Monday night after watching football. Now, There's a quote saying, "Who doesn't like cake?" He said.
Good shout. Good shout.
Yeah. But his parents responded when they heard breaking glass, according to the police report. And that's when the altercation began, first with the father, then with his mother, until she ran for safety. And then he was alone with his father for several minutes and continued shooting. When asked if he could say anything to his father, he said, "I love you. Thank you for always being a good father."
Yeah, so good. I shot you until you died. So,
and he told the news investigators, "If my mom's listening, I hope she does, understands that I care about her as well, regardless of some of the inner workings." So basically, he's saying she set it all up or something.
Interesting. But just for the important part of the story, I think we need to get to is: did he finish the cake? What's the situation with the cake?
Was it a good cake?
Yeah. Was there fruit involved, or is it a chocolate cake? Like, what kind of cake are we talking here?
These reporters don't ask the tough questions.
They don't, tempt us into the story with cake, and then we're like, it's all death and murder. Like, fuck that. Tell us more about this cake, because it's the weekend, so can enjoy cake.
Well, apple cock rings are going to be a thing.
Say what?
There's an article from Apple Insider that said Apple's smart ring technology may not be limited to fingers.
So somebody, I'm not naming names, has jumped on and decided that means a cock ring is coming. Connects to your iPhone and tells you when your vital statistics or whatever.
Well, it says smart rings on fingers, smart bracelets on ankles, and smart lanyards around necks. Far beyond the Apple Watch and AirPods, Apple has wide-ranging plans for a new wearable. But why would they stop there and not have the Apple cock ring?
I mean, if he hasn't already thought of it, you could pitch it to Tim Cook. He'd be very open to it, I think.
I feel like this is my pitch now.
Like, what advantages does the Apple cock ring have to traditional ones? That's what we've got to nail down right here. So
it reads your heart rate and all that kind of stuff. Can shock it. Vibrates, I guess.
Nice. Yeah. It's I mean, can they charge $300 for one, or what are we talking here? Is it going to be
I don't know,
USB-C?
but they're talking about bringing out a ring to put on your finger, so I don't understand why you would stop there.
I mean, just there's an awful lot of reasons.
Now, the patent specifically says the ring may have a ring shape that allows the ring device to be worn on a body part of a user, e.g. around a user's wrist, arm, leg, ankle, neck, head, and or other body part.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that the other body part
could be. But, I would hate to see the returns to the Apple store.
It is kind of funny that they say and or other body parts. So like they are protecting themselves against people that would like steal their patent for the Apple ring for the finger, make a knockoff Apple cock ring, and then say, no, this is not a ring for the finger. This is for the dick. And therefore we can sell it even though it infringes on your patent because it's not for the finger.
Yeah, that's actually...
It's my science brain.
That makes work. That makes work. That works. Makes sense. So yeah, it's so fantastic an idea. Bamboozled me there for a second.
It could track your stream at the urinal. You could track the intensity of your erection and potentially even sperm counts.
I once upon a time worked for Apple, and I can just imagine the calls that would come in.
You were on inner calls in the early days of the Apple cock ring.
Like, I think there's something wrong with my cock ring. It's vibrating. It won't stop. Sir, you've put it on vibrate mode, haven't you?
That was only for the finger. That was not meant to be worn on your cock.
That is what would happen, my friend. That is what would happen. Jesus. It would be terrible. So yeah. Look forward to that.
So because a ring device may be worn throughout the day, a ring device will generally be immediately available to the user. This facilitates interactions between the ring device and the objects in the user's environment. So therefore, it could interact with the Apple butt plug.
Oh God, that's a thing.
Well, even better, so they're talking about how the NFC tag with information about the item, you can then buy it. Well, now you can buy it with your cock ring. Imagine a future where you go into a store, you put your ring on the thing and then you buy it, and everyone else is using their hand, and they're like, how did you swipe this? I can't see your ring. And you're like, well,
yeah, that would happen for sure. There would be no doubt about it. So
ask them if they have extra small.
I mean, they might have all of the sizes, so I'm sure everyone would be catered for.
The Apple micro cock ring.
It's just a normal ring that you can put on your finger. Yeah, brilliant.
Well, I'm going to buy Apple stock after that.
Once it's announced, yeah, for sure, it'll be valuable stock then.
It's out there.
Yeah.
So get in now. This is not financial advice, but it basically is. Buy Apple. Well, before the Apple cock ring.
Any spare money, buy Apple stock. If you don't have spare money, borrow it from a stranger. And
it's going to revolutionize the tech industry.
It's going to revolutionize your relationship with your cock. So there you go.
Yeah. Well, do you know how to use chopsticks?
Not really. It's a bane of my life. I've tried so many times. Let's just say not really, and go with it.
I've had people show me, and then I figure out in that time, and then don't know how to. But none of that really compares to a man who really didn't know how to use chopsticks.
Okay.
And guess where he found them?
Where he found them? In a restaurant? I don't know. Yeah.
Well, the subheading says the man recalled getting in a fight while he was out drinking months earlier. If that helps you figure out where.
Is this another rectum warrior where he's got
no? This is much more normal.
Even better. Okay. I don't know. How could you months later find chopsticks? I don't know what kind of
I
world we
mean,
live in.
anywhere in the body really to find chopsticks months later. But yeah, he had a pounding headache, which led to a shock discovery for a man in Vietnam. So he experienced severe headaches for 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
And then doctors told the man that he had a pair of chopsticks lodged inside his skull.
All I can think about is I had a pretty bad headache last night, so I hope there's no chopsticks in my skull. Wow.
So he's got a potentially life-threatening neurological condition that was caused by the pair of chopsticks that had allegedly gone up his nose and into his brain.
Yeah, that's wow.
It's got to be a solid drinking session to like not remember that you had chopsticks up your nose.
How did last night go? Oh, it was good. We had a lot of beers, some whiskeys. We got into a little bit of a fight, but everything was fine. You know, we're all good. We're all good. A little bit hungover. Anything in your brain? Nah. Nothing.
He was initially surprised at how the chopsticks ended up inside his skull, but then he soon remembered a fight he was involved in while out drinking 5 months earlier.
How did they get in there? Oh yeah, there was that one fight, and the guy stuck the chopsticks up my nose.
It gets even crazy. He says he reportedly told doctors that he could not recall many details, but did remember someone stabbing him in the face with an unknown object.
Yeah, that'd be a thing. Jesus Christ! Wow.
You may want to lead with that if you've been having headaches ever since.
I feel like you should, yeah, for sure.
That's me, but yeah.
Yeah,
like you
definitely.
May want to be like, oh yeah, I did get stabbed in the face with something.
Yeah,
prior to the headache
mentioning in your medical assessment. Yeah, you know. Wow, that's crazy. And now I don't feel so bad about not being able to use chopsticks properly myself. So there we go.
Yeah.
Feel a lot better.
Well, finally, you were fired from a hospital recently.
I mean, just a couple of times, but it's fine.
Want to tell us why?
Nope, it's a secret. I've got an NDA. I'm not allowed to talk about it. So,
well, it's in the news. So,
I mean, officially, it's not me. So what happened then to this hospital person who got fired?
Well, over a 15-year period, an electrician had sex with more than 100 corpses without being detected.
Yeah, that's not a good thing to be doing. You're not getting paid to do that. You got to do that on your own time. So,
well, even crazier. So they never figured it out, and over a 15-year period, he was able to do so without being detected due to serious failures of management, governance, regulation, and processes, and a persistent lack of curiosity. A new report found.
That's what you want to hear. There is a persistent lack of curiosity, so we didn't care basically.
Well, he basically got away with it completely, but he finally had his necrophilia spree uncovered when police used DNA to tie him to the 1987 slayings of 2 women.
Oh, okay.
And basically, when they did that, they also discovered millions of images of abuse in his home. And some of them included videos of him with the dead bodies in the mortuaries at 2 hospitals where he worked. So,
okay. That's a sick puppy right there. Yeah. I mean, hopefully he got more than just fired because they found out that he's connected to a murder.
He's in jail and whatnot.
Good. Yeah.
But he firstly, the fact that he was able to kill 2 women in 1987 and then never do it again seems odd.
Yes.
But then he was with the corpses and never got caught, basically, if he had not filmed himself.
Yeah. It's like, how do you for 15 years get away with such a thing? Like, hey Bob, I know I'm the electrician. I'm just back in the morgue again for there's another reason. You don't need to worry about it. I'll take care of it. You can go home. And when he comes in the next day, all the female corpses are out of their drawers or whatever they're in. So yeah, I definitely feel like somebody should have flagged it. Somebody should have figured out, wait, the electrician keeps going in and fucking one of the corpses. What's going on? So.
The other weird thing is, right, so he's being charged with that and that, but so there's a 1987 he killed 2 women.
Mm-hmm.
Then in between 2005 and 2020, they have all these things of him with the bodies. So we're supposed to believe that for 18 years, he just did nothing.
Yeah. He was just a normal working citizen, did nothing wrong, didn't kill anybody, didn't sleep with any dead people.
Then in 2005, he just randomly decided to start time-stamping photographic and video evidence of himself.
Well, more than likely, the technology became more affordable to do so. And more understandable in around 2005, you know. So GoPros came out and stuff like that.
This is what people don't talk about with the release of the GoPro.
Yeah. Really ups the game of amateur pornographers.
Yeah, I think they should have named what camera he used so they could.
It's quite a marketing opportunity lost for one of the camera companies.
He was brazen in committing his crimes, taking risks during working hours when other employees were in the mortuary. He said the inquiry said it could not determine how he'd been able to carry out it for so long during working hours without being caught. The electrician, who would occasionally have to perform maintenance on the refrigeration system in the mortuary, routinely entered the department as many as 444 times in 1 year without being properly questioned. So imagine, you're working there and you're supposed to be doing like electrical work on other things, and you just keep going into the dead bodies, and no one's like, maybe we should look at the guy who looks like a creepy pedophile.
Has anyone actually checked what he does in there? Like, he seems to go in quite often.
I'm trying to figure out how I add on here. Whoa. I'm trying to add on here to add item. Because when you see...
Don't tell me he has a shaved head and a long beard. I don't want to...
No. He's balding and like has a comb over and glasses. And
good. Yeah, that's what I would assume he would have looked like.
He genuinely looks like the kind of person where you'd be like, yeah, that's the kind of...
How did nobody know that's what this guy was doing? Well,
yep. They should definitely be making this easier to add screens into this, because it keeps saying they can add another camera, but not another person, not another media slot. Okay, I'm not gonna. Just if you look at the guy, he looks like a creepy.
I'd imagine
dude
so.
that you would.
The thing is, if you've gotten away with murder for 18 years, don't do things that will, flag up somebody's suspicions. Then you'll end up in prison for those reasons and more. So,
well, you've clearly taken the moral of the story for us.
Yeah. Don't get yourself in trouble when you've already gotten away with murder. So that's the moral of the story.
Yes, it's a big lesson for you.
Of course. So,
he was hired at another hospital that closed since, but in 1989 he was working in another hospital 2 years after the other murders.
Okay, well, yeah, I feel like he may have been up to the same thing there, but nobody has any video evidence of it. So
it does come across as let's not find out that there were 18 years of other stuff going on.
Yeah, there must have been. This
guy, so for 33 years after he killed 2 people, he was then basically working in hospitals the whole time, doing whatever he wants, looking like a creepy. Like, you look at the guy and you just go, yep. You one look at him and you have to say, you need to prove you're not doing this. Because the fact that you work here is suspicious enough.
Yeah. Does sound pretty suspicious.
I feel like we need more of judging books by their cover. Like,
we do. It would solve a lot of problems. Those people who get offended because they actually haven't done anything, it's for the greater good, because a lot of people are exactly what they look like. So.
Well, especially and again, we could say this, like, creepy old white men.
Mm-hmm.
It's always that. The person who gets caught always looks like that. Like, you never look at the person who gets caught and go, oh, I can't believe it was him. He doesn't look like...
Yeah.
He definitely did this.
Yeah, exactly.
Without seeing any evidence. I could definitely say...
Yeah, you always look at the picture like, that is exactly what I thought that guy would look like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how can you work in a mortuary and not just go, well, why does this guy got in there once? Like, I want to see what he's doing there.
I mean, honestly, I have questions for people who work in mortuaries anyway. Like, is that what you do on your lunch break? You just, have orgies with 25 of the dead bodies? Because that's what everyone thinks you're doing. So.
Yeah. We're going to need evidence you didn't do that.
Yeah, exactly. Prove that you didn't get involved in that activity with this gentleman, this weird guy. That's what I want.
Especially when you're half bald with a weird comb over and dodgy glasses, like.
Yeah. It's always those guys, man. Always. But
it's always the balding white men with glasses that.
Well, listen, I need to go and apply for a job at a certain hospital, so I will be as an electrician, so I can get access to certain things. But yeah, that is a weird one that I will probably think about for the rest of the week. So thanks for that.
Yes.
Appreciate you fueling my nightmares each and every week.
When you die, it doesn't stop.